Most of you know the 2026 Mid-Central Region Convention is coming up in a little bit, June 4 through 7 in Dayton, Ohio. I'm doing this presentation instead of the Dayton folks. It's a way for them to get down here. So I took the online presentation they had, and you can find it though at that URL. And I'll put this in the notes, the YouTube video that we post. And this will actually be as part of the meeting video, and it'll be a separate standalone video on our YouTube channel. So either way, you'll be able to look at it. That'll be there. And of course, those of you who are in groups in Division 8 Groups IO know that this is that you'll have a link to both of these in Monday's Monday train video email. Plenty of ways to get there. That's where you go. Once you go there, it's actually their website. And what you'll do is go down to that big old square rectangle down there where it says Whistle Stop Dayton, and then it will download a PowerPoint slideshow to your computer. And then you open the PowerPoint slideshow to go to find this. So you're not live on the website, you're actually running a PowerPoint show from your computer. You do not have to have PowerPoint installed. It's a document it's a file that will just run itself. So you don't have to actually load up PowerPoint if you don't have it. Once you get in there, here's what you need to know. The convention registration page is going to show you it's $70 per person. Family members, $25. Children 16 or under, no charge for that. And there's the actual long URL to get to the registration page. Now, if you go in through here, you just click the registration tab and it's going to take you right there. I'm just giving you a couple shortcuts to get in there, okay? Staying at the Marriott at the University of Dayton. Barbara and I have actually we've not stayed there, but we've worked there for an IT event several years ago. SharePoint, Saturday, yeah. And you can read all about it here. Same stuff you usually get. What's the rate? $165 a night plus tax. Okay. Group rate is valid for reservations made before May 7, which is, about a month out from the convention itself. So you've got some time to do that. But if the block sells out before that, then the rooms are not available. Get your room early, then you're guaranteed of getting in there. Here's how you do it. You can call the Marriott, mention the rate. You can use the reservation link that's on the convention website. It's actually not the website. It's the PowerPoint show. So you can go in there either way. And again, the cutoff is May 7. Banquet. Yes, there will be a banquet at this convention. A lot of regions are eliminating the banquet entirely. And they're doing either just an awards and maybe a keynote speaker. It's kind of hard to have a keynote speaker at the end, but that's what they're calling it, or a guest speaker or something, but they're not doing a meal because hotels are charging a ridiculous amount of money for that banquet. So they're getting rid of it completely. The first time I saw that it was kind of a banquet, but it was breakfast with the North Central region, but they got a great deal on that. So banquet is on Saturday, 6 p.m., social hour, all that. Cheese and crackers. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
We didn't get one in Gatlinburg either.
No, we did not in Gatlinburg. And I thought that was most excellent because the meal that Barbara and I had that evening was way better. We went up to dinner with Bob and Laura. Okay. And then featured speaker is Otto Vondrak, which I think almost everybody in here knows is the editor of RMC. That's what's going to cost. So it's not one price for everybody. It's a varying degree of monies depending upon what you're going to get.
I'm having ravioli.
I'll bet you are. But you don't do desserts, so I'll take your dessert. All right. And I don't want the cheesecake. I'll take the carrot cake. Thank you very much. Anyway, there you go. That's what it is. Includes gratuity, which is a good thing. Layout tour. They don't know how many layout tours are going to be open, but they say we're going to have between 16 and 20. They pretty much got a confirmation on 16. They're working on more. There you go. During the convention and also on Sunday, so on the way home. Nothing on the way in, but on the way home. And others have been contacted, but again, we'll see what happens. Operating sessions. I'm surprised that the Dayton group is having problems getting operating sessions lined up because there are so many awesome railroads up there that do great ops. I remember in the 2015 convention, which is, 10 years ago, it was op till you drop. And there was a very thin list of clinics in the convention hotel, but man, it was op. And it's flipped this time, but it's availability and so forth. Right now, they have 3 layouts confirmed. They're working on more. We'll see what happens. And of course, first come, first serve, and so forth. So some of the clinics that are going to be available, you read down there. I think it's kind of neat that Brad McClellan is going to present something on the VNO, and then topics. So pretty much what you would expect to see at a region convention, with a couple of speakers that you might not normally see there. Celebration room, there will be a contest, but it's called a celebration of models now. Popular vote as well, evaluated contest using AP guidelines. If you've been to a region convention, very similar. Who's running the contest this year? Is it Dave Williams with some oversight from Ray Persing, who is the National Achievement Program manager? The company store is going to be available, and that's the Dayton Group's company store. And they're going to have some things for sale, but also there's going to be a consignment area so you can bring things in to sell to others. They've been called different things along the way. You know, some of it's called a white elephant sale, some it's a company store, some it's something else, but they will have some things. And then also in that same general area, you can bring your things that you don't want anymore, you don't need anymore, and sell to other convention attendees. And if you want all the details, there's a link in there for the consignment sheet. Gonna be a raffle. I like raffles. You can buy raffle tickets and so forth. Extra fare stuff. They're going to have a convention car, polo shirt, and I think this is kind of neat. This tour of Hawthorne Hill, the Wright brothers or the Wright family mansion. You could do that on your own, but they're going to do a couple things in here that are not normally included in the tour, and it's going to be at a reduced rate, not a significantly reduced rate, but it is a little bit less than just showing up at the door. So there's a couple advantages of signing up for this one. Pay a little bit less and you get to see a couple things you might not otherwise. It's not really railroad related, but I think it's kind of cool that they're doing that. So 2 times, Thursday and Friday, to be able to do that. Bunch of local attractions up there to take a look at. So very much like we did in 2017, where we said, come for the convention, stay for the city. So there's an awful lot to do up there. If you've never been to the Museum of the United States Air Force, you're missing a lot. Any of us who've been up there know you can't do it all in a day. Okay? Especially if you take Barbara, you can't even do one wing of one building in a day. Okay? Because she has to read every placard. But wait a minute. People went with Bob, said the same thing. There's your T-track. Over 1,000 square feet, 4 modules. Hopefully there will be that many there. Trying to make it very big. Also, the Dalmatian switching district layout will be there. The last time I saw the Dalmatian,
It's 100 years.
I know, but you know what? It still runs and it still works. It's kind of funky. And the locomotives are painted in a Dalmatian paint scheme. So it looks like a Dalmatian dog. But you know what? It's an easy little layout to run. It's kind of a fun one. Some of the sponsors, they've been able to get some sponsors to reduce the rate a little bit. There they are. And that pretty much wraps up what I wanted to tell you about the Dayton Convention. Again, I'll have the link in the notes for the videos. We'll put those in Monday's train videos email as well. Go look at it in detail. But this should have given you at least a little bit of an idea of what's going on, when it's going on, how much it's going to cost. So if you're interested, you can go out there and take a look at it. And that wraps up Back to Basics. And Ron, we're done, right?
Done.